Did Gervonta Davis really take a knee because of hair cream product in his eye, or was it something deeper? The first fight ended in controversy, hesitation, and doubt. But in the rematch, there will be no excuses and no hiding. This time, Tank either dominates, or his aura of invincibility shatters. Or could it be the case that it is because Floyd Mayweather is not around anymore to spot Tank opponent flaws again? This rematch with Lamont Roach begs for a lot of thought, and if Gervonta Tank Davis is serious about winning this rematch, he needs to make some serious adjustment we have explained in this video. To find out more, please watch this video till the end.
The hearts of champions!
If Davis thought Santa Cruz was going to fold from his power, oh my!
There is a lethal!
After the controversial draw in their first encounter, Gervonta Tank Davis has more than just a win to chase. He's got a reputation to restore. A fighter known for explosiveness, precision, and composure, Tank found himself in an unusually awkward moment in that first fight, taking a knee and wiping his face in what he described as hair supplement burning his eyes. Roach capitalized on the confusion, surged with confidence, and walked away with what some called a moral victory. But if Tank wants to remove all doubt in the rematch, he needs to start making key adjustments, starting with the jab. From the first round, Tank must establish a commanding jab, not just to score points, but to mentally break Lamont Roach's rhythm and confidence. Roach came in sharp, poised, and daring, and he's only going to be bolder in this second clash. Tank's jab must function as both a rangefinder and a disruptor. Roach is fundamentally sound and compact. He doesn't overextend much. That means Tank must constantly prod with the jab, head and body, to keep Lamont's guard and game plan under pressure. A steady jab will force Roach to reset constantly and prevent him from establishing his own offense early. But more importantly, Tank must bring back the pull counter, one of his most underrated weapons. Lamont Roach isn't going to be tentative this time. He'll be on the front foot, emboldened by the draw, knowing that he earned Tank's respect. And that confidence creates openings. Roach will step in behind combinations or a high guard, and that's where Tank's timing must shine. By drawing Lamont in, leaning slightly back, and snapping back with a lightning-fast counter straight or hook, Tank can disrupt Roach's forward rhythm and make him hesitate again. The pull counter not only scores, it shifts momentum and puts psychological doubt in the opponent's mind. If Tank lands a few clean ones in the early rounds, Roach will think twice before pressing. However, adjustments aren't just about what happens in the ring, they begin in the corner. One of the critical tweaks Tank needs to make is in his corner dynamics. In high-stakes moments, there must be clarity and authority. In this fight, Calvin Ford, Tank's longtime trainer and the voice he trusts most, must be the only one giving instructions between rounds. No overlapping voices, no contradicting advice. Everyone else on the team needs to observe and support silently. Tank operates best when he's locked in, and that requires focused, simplified communication. In the first fight, the energy in the corner at times felt crowded and emotionally tense. In this rematch, it needs to feel cold, surgical, and calculated, just like Tank's best performances. There's another layer to this rematch that goes beyond physical training or in-ring tactics. It's spiritual. It's legacy. And for Gervonta Davis, that means reconciling with the man who molded him, Floyd Mayweather. Whether you love or hate Floyd, there's one truth you can't ignore. Gervonta was at his most focused, most disciplined, and most dangerous when Mayweather was in his corner, mentoring, coaching, and correcting. No one understands Tank's potential like Floyd does, and no one has ever been able to unlock his mental sharpness quite the same. This isn't about dependency, it's about greatness recognizing greatness. Tank doesn't need to follow Mayweather's every word, but bringing him back into the fold could be the reset button he needs. The rift between them may be personal, but boxing is business, and if Tank wants to deliver his most complete performance yet, reuniting with his master could give him the edge of maturity and focus that's been missing in his recent performances. Floyd never gave away rounds. Tank shouldn't either. That leads to the next adjustment. Tank can't afford to give rounds away in this fight. He has a habit of starting slow, sometimes relying on late-round knockouts or dramatic finishes to steal the win. But against Lamont Roach, who will come out sharp and disciplined, every moment matters. Tank must begin scoring from round one, jabbing, feinting, countering, and winning exchanges clearly. Letting Roach build confidence early is a dangerous gamble that could cost him the decision again. Defensively, Tank must also shore up his guard. Lamont will test him with pressure, especially if he sees Tank hesitating or waiting to counter. Davis can't allow himself to absorb too many clean shots or lean into lazy head movement. He must stay alert, tuck his chin behind the shoulder, and pivot with discipline. This is where the Mayweather-style shell and tight defensive posture could serve him well again. There was a time during the fight that Lamont Roach was styling on Tank Davis. Only one person would have corrected that. Floyd Mayweather and Calvin Ford would have effect the corrections without stress. And while many expect Tank to headhunt, the smarter path is down low. Working the body early will do two things. It will slow Roach's legs, and it will test his resolve. Tank has a vicious body attack when he commits to it, and in a 12-round fight, body work becomes cumulative punishment. Every left hook to the liver is an investment in rounds 10, 11, and 12. Finally, don't forget the uppercut. When Roach tries to brawl, and he will, especially in the middle rounds, Tank must meet him with short, violent uppercuts on the inside. It's one of his most lethal weapons, but it's only effective when thrown with timing, not emotion. Catch Roach ducking, catch him squaring up, and explode up the middle. It changes everything. But more than any individual punch or tactic, the key is this. Tank Davis must be willing to box, to slowly, methodically, and intelligently break Roach's will. The brawler version of Tank is exciting, but the disciplined, focused, jab-heavy, body-punching version is nearly unbeatable. Roach is going to try to turn this into a war. Tank must turn it into a lesson. Because this isn't just about revenge, it's about evolution. For Tank Davis to leave no doubt this time, he must establish the jab early to disarm Lamont Roach mentally and tactically. He must sharpen and rely more heavily on pull counters to punish Roach's increased aggression. And in the corner, he needs only Calvin Ford's voice to guide the battle. These three adjustments, simple in concept, but critical in execution, are what will define whether Gervonta reclaims dominance or finds himself caught in another cloud of controversy. So guys, what do you think? Do you think Gervonta Tank Davis has what it takes to correct every mistake made in the first match? Do you think Floyd Mayweather coming into the mix changes everything? Or do you see Lamont Roach handing Tank Davis his first loss? Let me know in the comments section. But if I am to predict as a pundit, I will likely say this fight may go 12 rounds with Tank winning convincingly. This is because Lamont is a physical specimen. This is the reason I am advocating for Tank Davis to train boxing until the chance for knockout presents itself. Of course, this is not going to be easy. It is going to another sweet science. But the prayer is that Tank wins this fight because we need to see that match up against Shakur Stevenson. Again, do you see an early knockout, or will Lamont Roach be the talk of the boxing community after this fight? Kindly put your thoughts in the comment section. Please remember to like and share. Stay punching, guys.